Welcome to the grand finals of the Galaxy Battles. Oh, Misery going to try to make his way back under tower, but will get glimpsed back now. Gets locked in. This is what we were talking about. If Newbee actually go and find their prey, it's so hard for them to run away. They can just keep throwing stuns at you, and that will be a first blood going the way of Newbee. Top priority right now.
Clinkz isn't really a hero that actually flash farms that quickly, and the change to his Death Pact was actually kind of a nerf to his overall farming up. Sunstrike.
Sunstrike comes in. Kaka going to dodge the Sunstrike, and now his team's there for backup as Moon tries to go in for the TP, but the glimpse back will hold him in place, and now Puck, potentially in some trouble. Resolution, meanwhile, does pop Kaka bot lane, but here at this top shrine, the fight is just getting started. Night Stalker moves in. It's daytime, though, so he can't quite give it his all. One pile Dragon Breath will take out the Puck, and a Resolution running for his life makes it past the shrine, and now there's a Frostbite. Omni Slash to bounce around. Crystal Maiden eating up a lot of it. Saksa gets low, will eventually fall to one more hit from the Dragon Knight. The Meatball comes through, and SCCC is going to trade his life for this. The negative Urn rockin', and Misery keeps hot on his heels, but Kaka looking to set up a Burrow Strike. Will catch the Night Stalker, and SCCC, he's home free. The Urn won't do enough damage to take him out. Misery has to contend with this Firestorm in the Pit of Malice, so Night Stalker held in place. The Dragon Knight lived. Sunstrike, oh! Just right on the edge there.
Again, it's unfortunate that that's the way that they're having to play during the nighttime with Clinkz.
They're able to go get him. They get the dust on him as well. The glimpse back holds him up onto the cliff, and there's going to be the Dragon Tail to keep him pinned down. Oh man, this is just middle school bully tier where they just got an ability to hop quickly. So tier 3 tower is taken out with pretty little resistance from Odd. Now Puck goes in, lands a Dream Coil, but immediately picked up by a beautiful Static Storm from Faith, whose positioning is perfect down there on the low ground. So now Rax exposed. SCCC on the run as the Forward Spirit starts shipping at him. There's going to be, the initiative, but the Sand King gets the 3-man Burrow Strike. Everyone getting chewed down by the epicenter. It's Misery trying to run, but held in place. Oh no, it's not looking good for Planet Odd right now. They lost 2 big heroes, forced some buybacks. Now there's going to be another Burrow Strike, trying to hold the Puck back, but Moon's still alive. Running for his life. The Night Stalker comes back in, and they are able to take down the Dragon Knight, who does not have buyback. Sunstrike comes forward, won't hit on anyone, but it looks like Planet Odd know they have to push now. They've got to go get whatever they can out of Newbee. There's going to be a nice little Pit of Malice holding everyone in place there, and, well, a couple of arrows does take out the Disruptor. Yep, so, I mean, Planet Odd, they're positioning themselves really far forward. They're not just going to sit back and let Newbee walk over them. They're going to keep fighting, and now Invoker pushed up all the way to the tier 3, forcing back that TP from Pitlord. And everyone's coming in now. Kaka going to be moving forward, makes his way back up onto the high ground. Tornado clips the Pitlord, but 2 heroes trapped in the Static Storm. SCCC's Dragon Form got BKB, but Resolution's going to town, kills off the Disruptor. 4 heroes caught in that Dream Coil, and now KP, fresh out of mana, just going to be trying to keep his teammates alive. Resolution now trapped into that Pit of Malice. Moogie goes forward, and there's the Appy. The Burrow Strike brings him right where he wants to be. They pop the Aegis. Now Saksa just tries to go dance for her life, but will be killed off, and Clinkz respawns and should be able to get Shane stunned down and picked off as well. So nice try from Planet Odd, but 3 heroes going down, trading only for the Disruptor.
Oh my god, and now they're just going to Dark Rift towards mid. There's already a creep wave there. It's being pushed in. There's no buyback available for the Invoker. And as much as it was looking good for Planet Odd, it immediately swings for Newbee. Their lineup is so tanky.
So much of Planet Odd's damage is off the table because there's still 40 seconds before Wee's back up. These racks are totally toast, and we'll see what else Newbee's going to push for next.
Yeah, I don't know if they can get too much more.
Breaking any smokes, instead popping the Tornado onto the creep wave. But there's a deep dive here. They want to go in onto Resolution. He's trapped, caught out of the jungle. Oh, that's a dieback for him, dead for 80 seconds, and there's nothing he can do about it. Just going to regroup and go back with his team. Saksa moves forward, is able to go and grab that Frostbite onto Moogie, but Moogie just going to Manta it off. The tower is completely done. And now let's see what they're able to do with the racks. Planet Odd, they just got to sit by and watch. They don't have the fighting power just yet. Crystal Maiden caught it on her own and killed. And there's going to be another beautiful Burrow Strike into the Static Storm with an Omni Slash bouncing around. Oh, it's not looking good. Newbee able to go and kill off 3 heroes. The Clinkz still in the grave from the last death. And it looks like we could be getting close to a GG for game number 1. Again, this is the grand finals and potentially Planet Odd's TI invite on the line. Newbee, they have just completely read Planet Odd like a book. And there's the GG coming in for game number 1. It will be in favor of Newbee. Yeah, there's just going to be the Dark Rift away. They did their job. They got the Ancient. They're done. They're going to go relax.
When you look at their draft, they have tons of things to counter the Sven.
Oh, KP potentially in a lot of trouble here. Resolution getting a ton of bonus damage, and all they need is one Burrow Strike to really lock him in place, but KP might just be able to run himself out of danger. Meanwhile, Moons just completely caught off guard.
They might be just expecting the Sven to be sitting back and farming, but jump in mid.
Yep, they're going to be dragging back that Earth Spirit. He's trying to run, pops out the Magnetize, so we'll be able to do something before he goes down to the Pit of Malice. grabs 3, but this tower is still getting very low. But there's Newbee going forward. And they're going to lock him down. Winter's Curse used, just draining as much damage as possible. Newbee now on the run, knowing that he can't deal with Resolution's right click to jump back in from Wee. There is going to be a Dark Rift attempt, but oh man, the Pit Lord goes down before he can save even himself. 3 heroes dead now on Newbee, as Planet Odd really showing their power here.
And we are starting to see a little bit of the impact of the Newbee, the pressure from the Newbee supports, and the laning matchup against the Lina showing up on the Storm Spirit. Oh, Misery with a missed burrow.
Yeah, with initiation, but Resolution's still going to go, still going to try to chase forward. Kaka not able to roll to freedom, as they are going to bring the Storm Spirit as well to try to focus down the Lina. Lina, will she get a chance to react? Cast the Light Strike Array. Laguna Blade trying to take out the Storm Spirit, but she instead goes down, not able to get off those 1 or 2 last clicks to take out the Storm Spirit. So I want to mention that new Lincoln's for the Storm as well. So there we go. Misery gonna, ooh, look at that blink, and well, it might still cost him his life, and now Resolution comes forward. They do finish off the Sand King, but Razor with 63 extra damage.
Oh my word.
Thanks for that balance there, the percentage-based Roche damage, but hit him out just to hold him in place. Faith is killed off outside the pit, but the Roshan is already dead. SCCC takes that one out, but look at that. Beautiful Wyvern ult. KB saves his own life. They are going to be able to go wrap around and kill him. Wee can make his way in. Now Saxa in the pit will go down, but full drain now. Resolution is up and fighting. SCCC tries to finish him off, but going to get sprouted in place, and looks like the Storm Spirit wants to finish him off as well, but they don't have the stun. Lina able to TP out, but she's the only survivor on her team. SCCC just going to start wailing at this tower. I mean, the tower push from Newbee is fantastic if they can get a window to go in and get some space. So the reason they're getting so much space is because Dire are going, they took out their shrine, and now they're going to go and trade tier 2s.
Would you look at that? The entire team's back, but they're still showing the Lina. I don't know if Planet Odd have realized that this has happened just yet.
They're going to initiate. Mugi jumps forward, but there's just going to be a Razor who doesn't seem to give a hoot. BK beat up with that Lotus Orb rockin'. Nice. Winter's Curse is going to trap 3 heroes in. Saxa going to be keeling off Faith, and now Kaka drops himself, and this is going to be pretty interesting there as the Light Strike Array locks everyone down. Mookie gets the kill onto Saxa. I mean, what are the windows of these teams? Is Planet Odd really scrambling, or are they content to sit back and let this go later and later?
I think they can still win fights, but they really need this Blink Dagger on the Winter Wyverns.
Oh, there we go. Moogie really has to start running there. He's slowed down. Light Strike Array keeps back the Razor just to make sure he won't continue to press forward. Poor little Crystal Maiden gets low. They need one more hit, and they will be able to find it as Wee is just zipping around, but he's fresh out of mana. Meanwhile, there will be a nice Winter's Curse. Oh man, this Lina is toast, as there's another reinitiation from Misery, able to force down himself to safety. Now Resolution still has that BKB going, so the Pit of Malice won't slow him down. He's going to be going in, wants to find something here, but can they cancel that TP? They will. They use the Vortex to suck back the Pit Lord, and that's going to be it for him. So 3 heroes going down, maybe even 4 as Kaka scrambling there. He's going to be able to TP out. There's just no way they can get on top of him in time, so this little Razor, he's all about his ultimate here. Just wants to be able to push. He's still queuing up that Refresher Orb, although his ult is going to expire right about now.
Yeah, but the Rat King is over at top lane. Moon.
Oh, Moogie with a reinitiation there. Winter Wyvern trying to do what he can, try to keep his teammates alive, but has to be so careful of his positioning here. The Sven can take him out in just 2 shots. And speaking of taking out, that Razor is done. It does have buyback, but it's so risky to try to get back into this fight. It's just going to be Sand King trying to run. Ooh, the Sandstorm to dodge out
the Storm as well. This is a big problem for Wee. He does have his Lotus in 1 second time.
Just going to be running back. There's a double damage. Is he going to try to snipe it? Oh, the Storm picks, or rather the Sven picks it up. Lotus Orb is going to be there. The Sven stuns himself, but trapped in the Pit of Malice. It seems like that's an unlikely spot for Storm to get out of it, so he does suicide.
A really cool choice from Moogie when, I think in a lot of cases you would see players instead go for the AC.
Hold that thought as Misery is going to channel up the Epi, is able to get a really nice initiation off. They blow up the Lina, and she's now dead for 70 seconds unless she wants to buy back. Resolution is still charging forward, but Moogie going in, trying to lock down Wee, but he's able to cut himself out of the sprouts. Sven going to be going in, will be able to go and clean up the Winter Wyvern, but the fight is still definitely going on. The Magnetize is still rocking. Resolution running into the trees. The Laguna Blade is popped onto the Earth Spirit, who's now Yulesed up in the trees. Kaka going in, trying to fight, and will be able to go and take out the Razor and keep himself alive.
All of a sudden, Moogie can actually kind of win them the fight in a lot of ways. And they will force that buyback out. Can they get this kill?
Tier 3 tower down. Moogie forced deeper into enemy territory. Forced that back out by his teammates. Static Link is still rolling. He's going to BKB himself, potentially trying to turn this. Yeah. Oh, man. They blow up that Wyvern. Got no buyback in the Pit of Malice. The Sand King now fighting for his life, locked in place. But the Light Strike Array, he's done as well. Buyback from the Sand King, but they're trying to go in Resolution here. Sven stuns himself, but might just be enough of the lockdown that they need. This is huge. This is 3 heroes dead without buyback, and the GG is called. Newbee take game number 2, and they are now 1 victory away
They're going to go with the TB. Wow.
Okay.
Pick comfort heroes. They can play a comfortable style. I mean, how well does this draft kind of fit into that comfortable style? As, oh, hold that thought. Centaur potentially in some trouble. KP goes in with a deep stomp, only catches out the Oracle, and now he's still burning. Resolution spamming out one more spear will secure a first blood on that tanky Centaur.
They're looking for some kind of a turnaround here on the Moon.
They got the body blocks, but do they have enough damage? They need a couple more hits from the Terror Blade. The early Metamorphosis popped as Kaka's taking tower shots. The Treant's now going to surround him and block him in. Kaka now the one in trouble, just going for a right click off, but so big movement mid, 4 Radiant heroes making their way, and they just want to prioritize towers. I mean, how important is tower and map control to Planet Odd?
Very important. That's another kill on Misery from SCCC up top. But to finish the thought, they need the split pushing space for the Nature's Prophet.
Oh, Clockwork just hits a 6 immediately. They're going to punish Resolution. Queen of Pain drops the Sonic Wave. They are able to blast on the Centaur. That poor guy has just not stayed alive this game. The tower still gets low. It will be denied.
As he now shifts gears somewhat, picking up a Hand of Midas to start playing towards the late game a little bit more.
KP. Oh, that poor Centaur just can't stay alive. Now Omni Slash comes in onto Misery. The Carapace ain't going to do nothing about that, so... Oh.
Yeah. Oh, big stampede forward.
Faith going to be going in. Does get the freeze onto the Huskar. Huskar's freeze is going to get purged off. Going to life break onto the CM, and now there's the Oracle ult, keeping the Huskar up and fighting. All they got to do is stack damage on him. Resolution trying to do as much as possible with the time he has left. He will be able to blast on the Clockwork, but he loses his life in the process, so it is a 2 for 2. But
have a front line, so they don't really have a way to keep the team fight structured.
Hook shot in. This is a Huskar all by his lonesome. The Oracle not close enough to get in there and help him out. He's going to go try to jump in, but will just get splatted by SCCC. And now the Oracle, caught out by himself, is in a similar situation. Just going to get frostbitten and crushed down. So that's 2 kills for Newbee. It's that Chinese crowd bias, man. They're rooting for him so hard. The runes are favoring him.
Is this what the home team advantage actually is? All right. Well, SCCC, they're up onto the high ground.
Yeah, this is going to be huge. Now Resolution making his way in, trying to do that right-click damage at Resolution. Now running for his life, going to be Glimmer caped up just to try to get some good initiation. Terrorblade held in place here. Can they lock him down long enough? Mugi walking around like he owns the place. Has that Sunder, just slices Moon's health in half, and now Mugi still on the run. The Burning Spear is doing a fair amount of damage to him. Weehaw going forward will be able to dump out the ult and does force the Aegis, but that's just going to be Terrorblade coming at you with full health, full mana. Juggernaut slapping around the Omni Slash will be able to kill off the Nyx Assassin, who's going to buy back in, and now Resolution getting very, very low. He's got to be able to take this. Meanwhile, Queen of Pain killed off, no buyback on her, and they are able to get the root of Resolution. There is going to be one more Impale to hold back the rest of the Dire, but the Dire are pushing forward. They want to keep pushing their advantage here. They know they've got to take this fight now. They are going to be able to go do some good damage to this tier 3 tower, and they sure will be able to take some shrines now. Frostbiting the Huskar in place as Oracle is now separated, so these 2 heroes, they need each other to thrive in these team fights. The Hoof Stomp comes in, the double edge forward, the Armlet only doing so much to keep the Huskar up. Now the Oracle is with his best friend, but they can't save him! The Huskar goes down for 50 seconds, and they're able to turn it into 3. Buyback from the Oracle, but is it going to be enough? The Nyx Assassin just trying to climb back up the stairs to get back into his fountain. It's looking like this could be GG, and could potentially be the tournament. Planet Odd, they don't want to tap out until it's absolutely necessary, but Mugi is diving.
Moon's taking Rex. Moon's got 2 lanes of Rex right now. He's got a bunch of...
Observer, look at the Dire!
I mean, they're going for the GG right now. Newbee just going straight for the tier 4s, but Moon making a pretty good time of it in here. If only he had a Deso, if he had another pushing item, he could maybe do a little bit more, but they're coming back.
Trying to go for Megas, and Planet Odd, they're getting close to Megas, but Resolution cannot afford to die here. Resolution's going to go down. 50 seconds trying to get back into the fountain while the rest of the Dire team goes to work on this final tier 4 tower. This tier 4, the only thing separating them from an exposed Ancient, and it seems like the Nature's Prophet will not be able to rat quick enough. Lee is going to buy back. They're giving it everything they've got. There are going to be Mega Creeps coming in, but the Ancient's going to fall, and it will be GG in favor of Newbee. It's a 3-0 here in the grand finals of the Galaxy Battles LAN.